Imagine a moment when hope begins to break through the darkness of exile, a time when a divine decree sparks the long awaited return to a homeland that has been scarred by destruction and loss. This is the story of the Israelites as they step off the dusty roads of Babylon and set foot once again in the ancient city of Jerusalem. It all begins with the proclamation of Cyrus the Great. In a historic turn of events, the Persian king, renowned for his policy of tolerance and respect for local customs, issues a decree that liberates the Israelites from captivity. For the first time in decades, the chains of exile are broken. Families, communities, and entire tribes, long separated from the land of their ancestors, are given permission to return. The news spreads like wildfire, a beacon of hope that fills every heart with anticipation, even as uncertainty lingers over what awaits them in a city left in ruins. The journey home is both arduous and deeply emotional. The exiles, burdened by the memories of a lost past, traverse long and treacherous roads, driven by the dream of a restored Jerusalem. Their steps echo with prayers and quiet determination, each mile traveled a testament to their enduring faith. When they finally approach Jerusalem, the landscape is almost unrecognizable. The once mighty walls of the city have crumbled, and the streets have overgrown with weeds and sorrow. Yet, amid the desolation, every returning Israelite sees the possibility of renewal, a blank canvas upon which God's promise of restoration can be painted anew. The first task is the rebuilding of the altar, a small but powerful symbol of worship and covenant. With hands calloused by years of hardship and hearts yearning for divine presence, the people come together to re-establish the sacred space where they once communed with God. This act of re-worship is both practical and profoundly spiritual. It signals the rekindling of a relationship that exile could never extinguish, and it paves the way for the monumental project that follows, the reconstruction of the temple. Under the leadership of Zerubbabel, the returned exiles begin the slow, painstaking work of laying the foundation for the second temple. Every stone they set is imbued with the collective hope of a nation, a hope that despite years of separation, God's presence will once again dwell among His people. The task is not without its challenges. Opposition from local adversaries, lingering scars of past failures, and the sheer enormity of the work test their resolve at every turn. Yet, the promise of God's faithfulness spurs them on. Prophetic voices, such as those of Haggai and Zechariah, echo through the rebuilding efforts, urging the people to press forward, assuring them that the work of restoration is divinely ordained. While the physical rebuilding of the temple and the walls of Jerusalem is underway, another critical transformation takes place, one that goes beyond bricks and mortar. Ezra, the scribe, arrives from Babylon with the sacred task of reintroducing the law to a people who have been spiritually adrift for too long. His mission is clear: to reawaken the hearts of the Israelites to the covenant that binds them to God. Through public reading, heartfelt sermons, and the revival of ancient traditions, Ezra rekindles a deep, abiding faith in a community that had been battered by years of captivity. His efforts forge a new identity for the people, a reminder that they are not simply survivors of exile, but a chosen nation destined for renewal. As the temple begins to rise from the ruins, and the people rediscover the richness of their heritage, Nehemiah emerges as a visionary leader, tasked with a formidable challenge: rebuilding the walls of Jerusalem. The walls, once symbols of protection and national pride, now lie in tatters, leaving the city vulnerable both physically and spiritually. Nehemiah's determination is fueled by the same fire that once burned in the hearts of the ancient prophets. He rallies the people, organizing them into work crews, and leads the effort with unwavering resolve. Under his leadership, the walls are gradually restored, a process that not only secures the city, but also fortifies the communal spirit and reaffirms the Israelites' commitment to their shared future. This period of restoration is not just a series of historical events. It is a profound narrative of collective healing and the transformative power of hope. Each act of rebuilding, whether it is the setting of a stone or the recitation of the law, is a declaration that no amount of destruction is final. The journey from exile to restoration teaches us that even in our darkest moments, when the familiar seems lost and the future uncertain, the promise of renewal is ever present. The story of the Israelites' return to Jerusalem is a timeless testament to resilience. It reminds us that the path to restoration is often long and fraught with obstacles. Yet every step taken in faith brings us closer to the fulfillment of God's promises. For the people of Israel, their return to their homeland was more than just a physical journey. It was a spiritual reawakening, a renewal of the covenant, and a reminder that the love of God endures even in the face of overwhelming adversity. As we reflect on this epic narrative of return and renewal, we are invited to see its echoes in our own lives. Whether we are rebuilding broken relationships, mending a shattered spirit, or striving to reclaim a lost sense of purpose, the story of Jerusalem's restoration offers a powerful message of hope, that every ending is merely the beginning of a new chapter, and that in the hands of our faithful God, no despair is permanent. Thank you for joining me on this journey through one of the most transformative periods in Israel's history, the period when the exiles returned and Jerusalem was restored. If this narrative has inspired you or sparked new insights, please like, subscribe, and share your thoughts in the comments below. Let us continue to explore the timeless lessons of resilience, renewal, and divine promise together.